Right guys, a video that I've been meaning to do for at least last week, probably nearer to, as a request by one of the people who view my page quite regularly, and it's about overtraining. Once again, apologies that this video has taken so long. I've had 3 different attempts at this video and they just ended up being too long, too complicated, so I keep on going back to the drawing board to make it as simple as possible. The topic is overtraining. Now, my initial thoughts on overtraining is that some people say that it's, the lack of work ethic compared to, previous generations of athletes. Some people say it's a very real stimulus that, obviously it can hinder your results and hinder the possible achievements you can make physically. I am a believer in overtraining, but not fully. What I mean by this statement is that if you're sleeping right and you're getting enough calories in and you're eating healthily and you are training hard but you're not exceeding sort of like an hour and a half in the gym and you're a fairly competent trainer that you've been used to training for a while, and especially if you're using performance enhancing drugs, then overtraining is not something you should concern yourself about. Overtraining tends to give some quite clear signals that something's not right. You tend to feel very tired, overworked, lethargic, you're very prone to injuries. Your weight volumes and the loadings will be a clear indication as well that something isn't right, and maybe you need to either spend less time in the gym or increase your food intake or increase your water or so on. But if you're an individual that can keep all those things at optimum levels and put a lot of your social commitments to the side in terms of going out on the weekend and blowing 200 quid on alcohol and all that stuff, then obviously you're going to have far better results, and also you're going to have a lot less tendency for your body to become overwhelmed. Me personally as well, I feel that overtraining is an issue, but for particular body types. The body type in particular, I would say, is more susceptible to overtraining or that kind of stimulus than anything other, is ectomorphs, which is typically what I am. Tend to be taller, longer limbed, thin, hard to put on negative or positive weight, and has quite like a thin feminine bone structure. Now, these people, myself included, tend to have to train bigger lifts, so deadlifts, squats, bench press, overhead press and so on, with high weight volumes and low rep ranges, but also to maximise the possibility of growing more muscle, which you have a very limited level of, is obviously keeping your training session short, prioritising food. So obviously, diet is key, and a calorie surplus is definitely key as well. So, overtraining. Yes, some people need to be concerned about it. Other people don't need to be. The main things you should focus on is ensuring that you're taking on enough nutrition that you need, and obviously enough water. At least 2 to 3 litres of water a day, preferably. Sleep. Sleep is a very important variable where minimum, and I mean bare bones minimum of 6 hours, and not for prolonged periods of time either. So if you end up having 2 days out of the 7 where you have 6 hours, yeah, that's still okay. But if you continuously sleeping 6 hours or less, I'd obviously look at maybe trying to work something in, or changing something in your life where it'll make sleep more available to you. And then obviously training. There is no need to be in the gym for 2 fucking hours. If you've been in the gym 2 hours, you ain't fucking worked hard enough. In all honesty, if your sessions are lasting over 45 minutes to an hour, have you really trained that hard to what you could have done and not been able to train any further? I know that with the modern age of social media and that, it's been drilled into us, you need to do set after set after set. Bullshit. You don't. You can fuck yourself up, no problem, in 20 minutes, and then another 20 minutes in just to put the icing on the cake. But anyway, going off topic a little bit. So yeah, overtraining, it is a potential risk, but there'll be clear indications whether you are overtraining or whether you are run down. It's a case of listening to yourself, listening to your body, and then reacting accordingly. Hope this video helps, guys. If there's any further topics you want me to touch on or discuss, please message me or put any comments in any of the videos or on directly the page attached to the video. Anyway, cheers for watching, guys. Thanks.